Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of On the Road with Chris. Just watched a video by my good friend Jason. There'll be a link up here on the video. Brought up an interesting point, mental health of truck drivers. Well, the points he made were absolutely 100% valid, but it got me wanting to do a video on another aspect along very similar lines. The respect or lack of respect that we have for some of the most important people that allow this country to continue going. I'm not in any way saying that these people are more important, because they're not. Everyone's important, everyone's equal. But there's two jobs in this country that without them, there would be no country. One of them is the military. Without defense, no country. The other is truck drivers. Roughly 1 to 2% of our country, populace-wise, allows this country to run. The national, there's been a bunch of studies done that if the truck drivers just stopped for 24 hours, it would take a month to get the country back on track. If the truckers decided to park their trucks for 72 hours, the country ceases to exist. We have to restart. There's no bringing it back. 1 to 2% of the country. And by and large, these people are treated like crap. We have military people coming back injured, damaged, getting out of the military, and they can't get a house, they can't eat. And I am in no way advocating any kind of forced charity program. It's not a governmental thing that needs to be fixed, at least on the level of giving the military stuff. They should have been paid better to begin with. The retirements that they are offered for long service should have been better to begin with. But all of our money is going to welfare programs, is going to environmental programs, to things that aren't putting back into the country. And the military is just left at the bottom, dirty. Don't want to deal with that situation. Moving on to truck drivers. Like I said, without them, the country doesn't exist. 1 to 2% of the population, and the country would cease to exist without them. And by and large, we are out minimum 2 weeks. Over-the-road truck drivers are out minimum 2 weeks at a time. And a lot of us are out for even longer. My last company, I'm not going to use any names, because to be perfectly honest, every trucking company has some issues, whatever they are. And a lot of them are trying to fix them, a lot of them are trying to make it better. But my mission here isn't to put anybody on blast. It's to put the crisis on blast. And the last company I was with, I would be out 2-3 months at a time before even seeing my wife and stepdaughter. And when I did go home, it was for like a day. And then I'd be back out. Came to this new company, and the pay was supposed to be a lot better, and I ended up not getting any miles. Pay is better. I'm not driving as much, but I'm having to stay out to stay in rotation. I'm sitting a lot without pay, waiting for loads. There's a lot of reasons why truck drivers just don't make any money. Is there people that make good money at truck driving? Yes, there is, definitely. But I would say that's the top 10%. I would say there's a good 20% that make a living, and then there's 70% of us easily that are barely scraping by, not building a retirement. We live a life of, like my buddy Jason said, of going truck stop to truck stop, eating crappy food, not interacting with people. I mean, at this point, I've been truck driving for 3 years, and even if I did take time to go home, I don't know what I would do with myself. I've forgotten what it is to live a life. I drive, and I work or drive 12 to 14 hours a day. I park, take a shower, lay down, go to sleep, wake up the next day, and in 5 minutes I'm doing the exact same thing. I've been doing that for 3 years. I'm driving or doing something work related 70 to 80 hours a week, and my family's at risk of being without a home. I'm just not making any money, and there's, for me personally, there's some other financial issues that have nothing to do with work. It's not debts or anything else. It's just some mistakes I've made in my past that have continued, and some responsibilities that aren't mistakes that I have to take care of for a couple more years. But even without those, it would be extremely difficult. And I'm working 80 hours a week, and I'm away from my home 95% of the year without family or anything else. This is ridiculous to expect people that are responsible for the existence of the country, I mean directly responsible for the existence of the country, to not have a life, not have a retirement, bad health, bad food. Truck drivers are treated like crap everywhere. Don't park here, don't do this, don't do that, don't go here, even though it won't cause anybody any problems. Which makes it harder to work efficiently with the hours that we can, because we have all kinds of rules and regulations on when we can drive and how long we can drive and how long we have to wait before we can drive again. And it just, we have no flexibility, and the public in general makes it really difficult for us to do it. And I understand why. There's bad truck drivers out there that have given all truck drivers a bad name. And I apologize to the public for them. If I see them, I make it a point to remember their license number and stuff, and when they were driving, I call their company. I'm like, look, this person did this or this person did that, because I don't want them out there. That's an 80,000 pound guided missile, and if somebody's acting like an idiot behind the wheel, they don't need to be out there. I'm on these roads all year round. I drive 500 miles a day on average, and I don't want those stupid truck drivers out there. I agree with you, general public. That much being said, general public needs to learn how to drive as well. Learn how to merge. Oh my gosh, so many times I have to slam on my brakes because somebody's not paying attention. Please, I'm trying not to hurt anybody. Help me out. Pay attention when you're driving, please. But we really got to start looking at how we're treating the people that allow this country to exist, and where we're putting our priorities. Are we putting our priorities on people that don't contribute to, the public in general? Or are we rewarding those that go out there and sacrifice family, time, health? Are we rewarding them with at least a decent income and the ability to take care of their responsibilities and their family? I know, I'm ranting, I'm raving. It's just, like my buddy Jason, and his link will be on here. We sit and we think, and we drive and we deliver and we keep the country going, and yet it doesn't seem like we're allowed to be part of that country, and it gets really aggravating. We need to pay our truck drivers better. We need to pay our military better. We don't need to give them stuff. We don't need to give them programs. We need to pay them better and allow them the opportunity to do something better with their life. That's all I have to say. Long 10-minute rant. I hope you watched it all. If you don't, that's fine. But thanks for watching. Thanks for being there. And you all have a good day.